All right, so far it looks like we're in the green. Says I'm live. And hopefully the audio is good because I know that I applied just some settings, some filters onto it. So let me make sure that everything's good. But yeah, so far I'm in the green, no drop frames, everything's clear. The giant, enormous mess right behind me. All right. Okay. All right, so been meaning to do this stream for quite a while. We'll see how long it takes for a couple of more people to get here because I know that there was no set event or announcement or anything like that. It was just kind of, well, here's the thing. It's like, it's somewhat spur of the moment and then somewhat also kind of planned throughout the week. I just, because of how infrequent, how, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like I almost can't plan live streams. I almost feel like I can't. But if I have like a bracket of time, I figure, you know what, let's do it. Let's do it now before anything comes up, anything just happens that could potentially ruin it. Christian Corbett, welcome to the stream. Long time no talk. What's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, so doing a live stream here to talk about, as the title and the thumbnail suggests, a couple of things that are pertinent to the channel, but I figured, you know what, let's do just kind of like a random off-the-cuff kind of discussion regarding the new McFarlane toys that are coming our way, as far as the Dark Knight Trilogy announcement that they made, as well as the stuff that could or could not already start hitting stores pretty soon, to the point where even I'm like, do I need to start going to Targets? Joe R. Perez, welcome to the stream. Hello. How's it going? And as you can see, the hair is atrocious. Like, I need to cut it. I actually saw, on my way to go get myself a frozen dinner earlier, I saw someone put a sign saying $12 haircuts for great clips this way. I'm like, I think I might have to call. I don't know if tonight, but I think tomorrow or something, call them ahead of time and be like, you guys are still doing that sale? Because just to get a haircut, just to get eggs and milk is fucking ridiculous these days in terms of price. Now, Marvel Legends are not the only things that are being price hiked. We got eggs up in here that are just extortioning at this point. But as the title and the thumbnail also points out, I do want to talk about a little bit of the Marvel Legends price hikes, at least a little bit more, depending, with you guys, as far as who poses questions and who thinks of things here and there regarding those Marvel Legends price hikes. Because I know that I got quite a bit of a response to that video. It did really well, both that and then the McFarlane Toys video discussion. I really enjoyed the comment section. But in a very serious way, I really like the feedback. I really liked, and that's why I kind of wanted to do a live stream. I wanted to not just go through every single comment and be like, da-da-da, da-da-da. I'll be like, all right, if hopefully people get the alert, see that I'm live, see the thumbnail, they'll be like, all right, let's talk about McFarlane's, let's talk about Marvel Legends, and then also let's talk about that DCU, DC Studios, whatever it's being called, the announcements that James Gunn made. I would very much like to talk about that a little bit. Kind of have a, just like I said, off the cuff discussion. But yeah, the Marvel Legends, the DCU, McFarlane Toys recent announcements, and then maybe a little bit, if you guys want to shoot the shit a little bit about that Suicide Squad game, which frankly, I will, I wish I could say just right off the bat, like, oh no, yes, that menu is scary. With it having a battle pass and with it having potentially microtransaction and a store and all these things, and at the same time I'm like, it's got Batman in it, and he's gonna be played by Kevin Conroy, his last role. It's as a Batman fan, as you can see, I almost have like this bit of, and a content creator that creates content that's circled around Batman. There's always that little nugget, that little kernel of slight obligation that I have to cover this game the way that I did Gotham Knights. Like, I knew that there were warning signs, there were red flags about Gotham Knights that I probably should have looked at and said, yeah, that don't look right. But knowing what kind of channel I was like, I need to play this game to create some kind of content around it, whether it be a formal review or what it ended up becoming, because it was originally going to be a review and it turned into an essay. And guess what? That essay is about to hit 80,000 views. 80,000 views, brought in a lot of engagement, a lot of comments. It's got like, I think it's one of my most commented on videos, for better or for worse. It created a dialogue, it created a discussion. A lot of people were talking about the video, or were talking about it. Now, I know it's kind of, for lack of a better term, died off a little bit now, but every YouTube video eventually has to die and then possibly come back. But for now, yeah, Gotham Knights did extraordinary. And I'm like, yo, that alone makes me go, yeah, you know, despite my reservations, when Suicide Squad comes around, which is quite literally in about 3 months, which I gotta be honest, I kind of feel like it might get delayed, at least for a few weeks. I don't know why, but I'm just getting this feeling that it's gonna get delayed into June, maybe July. I doubt July, because I think rarely do games drop in July. Is it just me, or do video games almost never drop in July? It's either June or then it gets punted over to either August or September. I think it's because July often ends up being the end of a fiscal year for some companies, and they're like, yeah, we're not gonna drop a game just so that we can't read the financial reports on it, and we have to wait until next quarter kind of refreshes everything. It's like, well, yeah. So Joe R. Perez had a question here. Hey Dave, do you think we'll get? Oh, my bad. Do you think we'll get No Way Home's villain figures in the near future? Well, depends on what company you're looking for from. Does that make sense? I don't know. The reason why I say that is because I cannot, obviously, we can just speculate and rumor our asses off with Marvel Legends. We can, however, say whether or not we want to get ASH Figure Arts No Way Home villain figures. If you don't, I highly encourage that you follow. If you have a Twitter account and you're a figure collector, if you're going after Spider-Man figures, No Way Home figures specifically, and you're not really loyal to any company like Marvel Legends or whatnot, and you want to kind of broaden that up or whatever, go on Twitter and follow a account called Paternia. That's who I follow, who I get all of my news from as far as action figures going up on pre-order or when they get announced or anything like that. Paternia on Twitter, at Paternia. And it's a riff on He-Man. Yeah, obviously it is. And it's through them that I found out that apparently over, I think it's in Hong Kong, via this display that they created, Figure Arts kind of quietly announced that they are making a Green Goblin Figure Arts figure. If you look it up, you can easily find it probably now on Google Images. But if you want, like I said, the breaking news, not sponsored, not a affiliation. I'm just recommending that you check out Paternia on Twitter. But they posted a photo saying, "Yep, looks like we're getting a No Way Home Green Goblin Figure Arts, and it's the final battle Green Goblin. So it's not just the standard look that he had in the original Raimi movie. It's gonna look like he does with the purple hood, the goggles, and the tattered up kind of suit with a little bit of the battle damage on the suit as well as the glider. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm speculating it's going to cost about the same as the Spidey figures. Now, granted, depends on also which. I'm going to say it's probably going to be closer to about $100 because you're also throwing. It's going to come with the glider. So with the glider, it's like it's got to be like what 100 or maybe even 110. Also, just noticed I am terribly overexposed. I was going to say terribly exposed. No, terribly overexposed. Let me bring the gamma down a little bit. Like the gamma's crazy. And a little bit of the brightness and a little bit of the contrast. Well, no, actually, we could leave the contrast alone. All right, there you go. Yeah, again, apologies for the crazy hair, but I'm in dire need of a haircut. Was playing the Arkham games earlier. Oh yeah, by the way, welcome to stream, Debar. I probably should say hi. Was playing the Arkham games earlier, and I really hope they do Kevin's Batman justice, pun intended, in Suicide Squad. At least Suicide Squad looks better graphically and voice acting wise than Gotham Knights. So True that, but again, we had the scares with the leaks, with the menu leak, which by the way, I got almost damn near fucked with. Good thing I didn't make a full-length video. Holy shit. If there's one thing I am sincerely thankful for in recent memory is that I didn't waste time and effort and possibly even money or just anything of that sort screwing me over by spending time on a full-length and in-depth video on the Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League menu leak. I decided instead to make a shorts. I pretty much just made it into a short. So I'm like, you know what? I feel like making just a shorts on this. I didn't really want to do a full-blown video, like a 10 or 15 minute video. And so I opted to do that. I just made a shorts, a vertical video, and it's one of the most low power, low effort shorts I've ever done, where I just shot a vertical video of me just staring into the camera like really, and just superimposing the menu screen or the menu, the leaked menu image, and a couple of memes in there, like the Punisher meme where he's like, no, wait. Because that's pretty much how we all internally felt when we heard that the leaked image showed a store and a battle pass. So I uploaded that video to YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and TikTok. All three of those. Yeah, just those three. And for a full 24 hours, it was fine across all those platforms. YouTube themselves even ran checks, and they were cool. WB was not. 24 hours in, I get a copyright claim, or I should say block, from WB Games across all three platforms. It didn't happen at once, but after the 24-hour mark, YouTube was hit first, obviously. And then, no, I take it back. Twitter. That's the fourth platform I posted it on, Twitter. I got hit on Twitter first, and then on YouTube Shorts, and then on TikTok, and then on Instagram Reels, within the span of about 5 or 6 hours. And that was 24 hours later. So the next day, I finally get hit with all those copyright notices. And these are copyright notices where they just blocked the video. They didn't strike my channel, thank God, on YouTube. They didn't strike my channel on YouTube. They didn't strike my TikTok or my Instagram at all. Nothing happened. They just, like I said, they just blocked the video, made the video unavailable. Twitter, on the other hand, they blocked my video, and they blocked my Twitter account until I reviewed the copyright policies. So basically, WB, I'm not saying that they're in the wrong because they are in the right, that this is their property, it's leaked, it wasn't supposed to be out there. But I'm not the one who leaked it. I'm simply just reporting on it, and I'm just not reposting it. I'm making transformative work with it. Like, I put myself in the video. There were memes. It was all cut together with different music and audio files. So there was some gray area there where I know I wasn't 100% in the right, but at the same time, WB, you're doing what's called the Streisand effect, where if you go around trying to block people, it's going to just spread even faster. Like, what are you even thinking about here? So that happened with that leak. And I did not appreciate it. And it is so much so that as soon as all this happened, I took to my community tab on YouTube and posted the screen grabs of the video getting blocked on YouTube and on Twitter. I was like, all right, I guess they don't want me to talk about the game and possibly even buy the game. But after simmering down, after calming down, because I was a little pissed off, I was like, well, I guess this kind of makes sense. And come May, should they release the game at that time, which, like I said, right now I just can't shake this feeling. If Jedi Survivor, which was set to come out in March, gets delayed into April by 6 weeks, why not Suicide Squad, which comes out in May, potentially get delayed by another 6 or 7 weeks or 2 months into either, like I said, June, July, or maybe even August, my birthday time. So we'll see. But right now, it's scheduled for May 26th, and being that I had a pretty decent and humble turn on getting some good engagement and reactions to that Gotham Knights essay, I'm like, well, this only means I gotta do a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League essay as well, since it involves Batman characters, Batman lore, and since it's supposed to officially take place in the Arkhamverse, then we need to address that, especially the way that Arkham Knight ended. It's like we gotta talk about that. That's got to be a thing. Welcome to the stream, Rick Grimes. God, this ain't a democracy anymore. This is a dictatorship. Snoxy, welcome to the stream. Oh, Snicks! What's up? You finally made a goddamn YouTube, Snicks. Thank you. But yeah, Rick Grimes, welcome to the stream. ZR Parker, welcome. I think they should, and I hope they do, the original Raimi 2002 look with the helmet. I just love the look, even though it's more Power Rangers. Oh, Joe, you mean for Marvel Legends, if they were to do that for Marvel Legends? Because Aces Figure Arts, like I said, it's going to be the final battle where he's got the hood on. Hot Toys, they're releasing 2 completely different Hot Toys figures. And I don't know, I might have to get both. I know, okay, so Hot Toys, as far as No Way Home figures, I have Doc Ock and then the bridge appearance Green Goblin pre-ordered. And thank God I pre-ordered when I did, because I don't know if it was a glitch, but I was able to pre-order without putting anything down. It was just one of those instant pre-orders, and I don't have to pay until it ships, which won't be until, I want to say, I think it read somewhere like April or May. So I'm like, all right, I got like 3 months, and I do have a contract job right now as a video curator that's paying me. So, and then YouTube is starting to get a little bit better as far as ad revenue and what they like to call in the business ROI. I know, right about time. Thank you, Snicks, for coming through. Joe says, yes, Marvel Legends. I hope so, too. I mean, it's been rumored now for a while, but the big leak / rumor / speculation type deal is that Wave 2 is going to be unmasked, all three Spideys unmasked. I really pray to God that when they say unmasked, it means that we'll both get an unmasked head and a masked head. Because I'll be fucking damned if they pull some shit where they do, yeah, we're giving you unmasked, separate releases so you can buy whichever you want, but then they don't have the mask head and it's just them unmasked. Again, I need to shave this fucking hair. I really do. Look at this. This is crazy. Hopefully this week, because I am actually working on a video that actually, it's another essay involving Marvel Legends and McFarlane Toys. And much like my Gotham Knights essay, it's mostly voiceover, like, me talking to the mic, but there's going to be pockets here and there where I'm going to be in front of the camera, in front of my mirrorless camera. Want to look a little presentable, so I don't want to film any of that on camera stuff until I get a haircut and shave, or trim, I should say, because my girlfriend doesn't like it when I shave. she says she feels like a cougar when I shave. God damn. Let me go back to the chat here. Do you think McFarlane or some company is gonna pick up the Walking the Walking Dead figure line? Who made it originally? Mr. Rick Grimes? Because I would say McFarlane actually would be a cool company to do Walking Dead toys. I could see that. Or pretty much almost anything Skybound related. Like even in some Invincible stuff. They did So one of the things that I'll talk about in the essay, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek here. One of the things I will mention in my essay as far as McFarlane Toys and Marvel Legends is that I noticed that with McFarlane Toys, they do great job at figures when they can take their time. Almost any time, like 85 to about 90% of the time, whenever McFarlane has to make a toy line or a wave that's tied to a game, a movie, or a TV show, is usually when they're probably have to crunch to meet a deadline and those figures come out looking like ass. I think one of the best examples is The Witcher. The Witcher McFarlane Toys. Look at The Witcher figures for the game, and then look at the Witcher figures for the show. Easy. Like, there it is. Like, there it is. That's the best example. All you have to do is just look at those two, and you immediately tell that, yeah, when they take their time, they nail it. When they're under some kind of constraint because they have to release this set by... That's why I'm looking forward to this new Nolan trilogy figures, is because the movie's already been out. In fact, this year, I was telling my girlfriend about this. This year, and I hope to God, oh my God, I don't know if they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I will love it. So I was telling my girlfriend this. I was thinking about this. This year, 2023, is the 15-year anniversary of The Dark Knight. 15-year anniversary. And now thinking about it, I hope to God that they re-release the movie in 35mm print in IMAX. So the original 35mm print, full IMAX, so nothing cropped. It fills up the screen entirely in IMAX. Because that's actually how I saw it originally back in 2008. And it was sick. And I would love to experience that again. I feel like a perfect occasion would be this year. The only reason why I doubt it, though, is because right now, I don't think they would really want to cannibalize on the fact that Nolan himself has another movie coming out on the literal 15-year anniversary of The Dark Knight, Oppenheimer. And usually I would say that they would be for it. But what really sucks this time is that Oppenheimer is being funded by Universal, not by Warner Brothers, because Nolan famously left Warner Brothers after they were doing the whole streaming day day one streaming thing when like Godzilla vs. Kong was coming out, where you could see it in the theater or you can watch it on HBO Max same day. When Nolan saw that, he was like, I'm out, because I don't want Oppenheimer coming out on release time. And he was so apparently he was so against this whole concept, he left Warner Brothers to make Oppenheimer, and he made it with Universal. He pretty much cheated on his girlfriend. But instead of girlfriends, we're talking about studios. Well, not cheated, but he formally left. But you get my point. So because now he's part of the competition, I don't think Warner Brothers is going to want to put out one of his movies at the exact same time. I could be wrong. I'm praying that I'm wrong. But it would be sick if we could get a Dark Knight IMAX re-release in the summertime this year to mark the 15-year anniversary. But because Nolan's got his own movie coming out that time, but it's being done by Universal, I doubt it. But Rick Grimes, to answer your question, I would dig it. I would really, really like it if we can get like some comic. No, some of the games, some of the characters from the games. Lee, what's his face? Kenny, and of course Clementine. McFarlane figures. I would probably get those. I would probably get those. On that subject, I would ask you guys a question. I do have a question for you guys that I was thinking about making a community post, and I might still. But since I have some of you guys here, what's a toy line or a toy wave, movie figure or a figure wave that you look at and go, I normally don't collect this, but this is looking good. I need it. I don't collect this, but this is looking good. Because right now, you know what's doing it for me right now? That kind of wave, that kind of that thing that I'm looking at and going, if I was to collect outside of Batman and Spider-Man, I'm looking at these going, yo, like, and I'm talking about a full wave. Every so often you're going to come across that one figure that you look at and go, oh, that looks cool, I want it. Like, with McFarlane Toys, I have the Johnny Silverhand Keanu Reeves figure from Cyberpunk. And I actually just ordered, I'll show it off when it comes in. But last night I was just going through Amazon and I found the Page Puncher Superman, the one for the Shazam comic, for $13. Regular price $25. I got him for $13. I was like, oh yes, add to cart. I was like, I actually do like the look of that Superman, and I can finally get a copy of the comic that I can actually open up, because the other one that came with the other Batman, the Lee Bermejo Batman, I haven't opened it, and I kind of want to keep it sealed, mint mint sealed, just to see what happens over time with that comic. But now I'll have a second copy that I can actually open and read the comic with that Superman. But yeah, Page Puncher Superman for $13. I was like, yeah. But yeah, every so often there'll be that one figure where I'm like, where I think any collector will look at it and be like, yeah, I actually kind of want to own that. But I'm talking about a full wave, like a full new dedicated collection that you're starting up, and you thought to yourself, I wasn't gonna do any of these, I wasn't gonna get these, but they're looking good. So for me, right now, Super 7 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Right now, those are the ones that I'm looking at. They are super pricey. $55 a pop for each Ranger. But once I saw that they were 7-inch scale instead of 6, and I saw the amalgamation of accessories that they were coming with, like a lot of accessories, like enough for me to look at the whole thing and be like, it's kind of pricey, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the where the money's going. I can see where the money's going. You know, you look at fucking Marvel Spider-Man 2 Marvel Legends that recently got announced for $35 or $37 if you're getting it from Big Bad Toy Store. And it just comes with like some of the web accessories you've already seen, one extra pair of hands, not even two extra pair of hands like the original did, but one extra pair of hands. And it's technically a reuse of the Renew Your Vows, which is a great figure. It's a great mold, but it's technically a reuse. Compare that to Super 7 making these Rangers, but then throwing in like, you're technically getting like 3 head sculpts. You're getting the helmet and then 2 other heads. Sometimes heads that either come with a different attribute that pays homage to a particular subplot that happened in Power Rangers, or to the entire legacy overall. I get a little, I don't want to say emotional, but I can't help but go, aw, when I see the Super 7 Yellow Ranger figure, because they went ahead and threw in the head sculpt for the 2 Yellow Rangers. The original, who the actress unfortunately passed away, I think after like 1 or 2, I might be wrong, but 1 or 2 seasons of the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, she unfortunately passed away in a car accident. And then she was recast. And then the second head sculpt is of the new actress. So they threw both in there. And I'm like, yo, like, who does this? And I say that, you know, complimentary wise. So I went down the rabbit hole of looking up what other Super 7s, what other Power Rangers figures Super 7 is going to be making, and they're pretty much doing all of the 6 Rangers. I don't think they have I might be wrong, but I'll have to look into it. I don't think they are, unless they're making it right now. They haven't formally announced it, but I think the White Ranger is the only one that's missing. But green, red, blue, yellow, pink, black, and then of course the villains, the main 3. That's the thing, is I'm going to prioritize the Rangers, and then once I get the Rangers done, covered, then maybe I'll turn to the main 3 villains: Goldar, Rita Repulsa, and Lord Zed. Although the only line I had to draw and look at and go, what the hell, was the throne for Lord Zed. That was the one I was like, $45 for just the fucking chair. That's where I called it. That's where I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that. ZR Parker, you're going to review the McFarlane Toys DC Universe Nightfall Catwoman? Yes. So ZR, sorry if I went off on a tangent there, and I didn't miss it. I knew you had a question there. I was going down the line after Mr. Rick Grimes. But yeah, I'm gonna review that Catwoman. That entire wave, I'm gonna review. In fact, right now I'm just going through the process of where's the best place. I actually went to Reddit and I posted a post. I posted a post asking people, like, in your experience of shopping and buying and collecting McFarlane's, and this also extends to some of you in the chat. If some of you have any information to tell me about here in chat, let me know. Where do you get your McFarlane figures from? And from your experience, who sends them to you quickest? Who sends them to you almost immediately as soon as they're available? Like, who has reached the finish line first? And based on the responses, and naturally it makes sense, I want to say that so far right now, the one with the best batting average as far as the responses that I got was McFarlane Toys themselves, McFarlane Toy Store. Especially since they're based in Vegas, which is only about 3 hours from where I lived. So that means that once they become available, I want to say maybe not next day, but probably like just 2 days later, I could probably get mine. So if that's the case, then I might pre-order the Nolan trilogy as soon as those pre-orders go live on the 16th, which people also on Reddit didn't believe me when I posted that Entertainment Earth screenshot saying that pre-orders were going to go live on the 16th for something, and then a couple of days later they unveiled the Bane and they said pre-orders going on the 16th. When those pre-orders go live, I actually might do McFarlane Toy Store. This will probably be my first major pre-order through them, but just in case, just to cover my bases, I will also pre-order on Amazon, because in second place of people saying that they got theirs quickly was Amazon. So it was McFarlane Toy Store and then Amazon. And then after that, I think a couple of people here and there said sometimes not Best Buy, sometimes Big Bad Toy Stores, sometimes Entertainment Earth, but almost nobody said Walmart or Target, because they don't give a shit. They're not prioritizing action figures, not even just McFarlane Toys. They're not prioritizing action figures, which is ironic because that is true for pre-orders and anything that involves shipping out. That is not true. It's actually quite the opposite, the inverse, when hunting them down in person. Isn't that ironic? When it comes to pre-orders and ordering them online, you'll probably get them first from McFarlane and then from Amazon. But if you want to get them, if you want to take a chance to see when you can get them as early as possible in person, it actually would be either Target or Walmart. And out of those two, I would probably say Target. Because ever so often, there'll be an employee working the toy section who didn't check the street date. And because they don't check the street date, they're told by their boss, hey, we need to, put this out on the floor, or we need to, we need to get rid of these pallets, these boxes, and they just put it out there. And they break street date. And there are the McFarlane toys that weren't supposed to go out for like another month. I know this because that's what happened to me with Joker Dragon. Joker Dragon right now is the best example. Joker Dragon I found a month and a half before the Target site and before even Amazon said that they were going to start shipping them out. I think I found it in June, late May, early June, and that figure was not set to ship out until July by both Amazon, Target, and Walmart, and across different sites. And I was like, and that's why I took it home and I immediately opened it, played with it a little bit, and started to do my review. So you never know. You never know. Which is why right now it's a little early. But I want to say probably in the next week and a half to 2 weeks, if any of you are serious about McFarlane toy collecting, and with this new wave of the gray and blue Hush Batman variant, as ZR pointed out, the Nightfall Catwoman, the Infinite Frontier Joker, Kingdom Come Armored Batman, and Gladiator Batman, if you're serious about, or Signal Duke Thomas, if you're serious about any of those figures, probably within the next week and a half, don't, go all out, but start to, if you need like groceries or a snack or something, go into a Target, start checking out those aisles. Don't be too serious about it, but start, because that's what I'm going to start doing in about a week and a half or so. I'll be like, yeah, let's start doing this, because right now all those figures are street dated for the beginnings of March, like the first week of March or so. Do you think, also from ZR, do you think McFarlane Toys will make a Batman Returns or a 89 wave like they did with the Nolan trilogy? I think they're waiting to see how the performance is on the Nolan trilogy. I would bet my money from a business perspective that they are waiting to see how pre-orders and sales are going to be for this Nolan trilogy, and if they are, they'll be like, yeah, we got to make more of the of the live action Batmans. As guilty pleasures as they may be, if they perform well and they finally do announce, yeah, we're doing 89 Batman Returns Batman, they gotta do Kilmer and Clooney. They got to. They got to. And I would probably buy it. I would probably buy them just to complete the set. Actually, I heard Pocket World, aka 5K Toys, had released a 2002 Green Goblin 1 and 12th action figure, but it's titled as Green Monster, and you should look it up, and I think it's coming out this spring. It kind of sounds like, I can't remember what the company's name was who made it, but I remember that there was a Hot Toys-like Green Goblin figure that was called The Fiend, and for a little while I was kind of looking at that one. But that was 1/6 scale, so it was like a foot. If this is a 12th, then it's got to be half of that, right? So about like 7 or 8 inches ish. So yeah, I might have to look at that. Joe R. Paris. Excuse me. Well, I don't know if this would count since they're not from the same wave, but the Power Rangers Dino Thunder figures from the Lightning Collection line. So Skyrocker, by the way, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Sorry if I didn't say hi to you a little bit earlier. For a little bit, I was contemplating the Lightning Collection. But like I said, I started to see what Super 7 was doing with all those accessories, and then being in the 7-inch scale, which means better opportunity for better detail and better paint jobs and all that stuff. I was like, there are pricier, but at least I'll be selective about my purchases. I won't go all out like, oh, I need to get this one, I need to get this one. And I don't know. And also I kind of want to use it as an excuse to finally, because I know how these figures are going to be because it's from Hasbro. They're gonna start sharing DNA with Marvel Legends. I've never owned or collected any Super 7s. I would kind of want to use this as an excuse to be like, okay, how's Super 7? Like, you know, what's the word around town? Super 7s. Like, are they cool? Are they trash? Are they, what are they? Like in a very general sense, no specific wave, no, you know, specific property or whatever. What's up with them? That Advanced Spider-Man stings, honestly, especially considering we got that Gamerverse Miles for 25, which is getting, I think, re-released in the next month or so. And we got 4 sets of hands, an unmasked head, and a Build-A-Figure piece, and was a new mold. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, I don't know what's going on over there. And you know, most of... Like I said, from a business perspective, there's some things that truly do, in fact, make sense. But likewise, that only means that we need to vote with our wallets. Now, you know, I'll have to be fully transparent. And I know that somebody might take this, clip this, and be like, is this you, David? Right now, this very moment, I do have that Marvel Spider-Man 2, Insomniac Spider-Man 2 figure pre-ordered. I do. But I have it pre-ordered through Big Bad Toy Store because of the flat rate shipping and because they don't charge until it ships, which won't be until August. Plenty of time for me to hopefully, like I said, wishful thinking, someone else, I don't know who, but someone else, probably because of licensing, this will never happen, but someone else will do a version of their own that will be a whole lot better, like maybe Super 7 or whatever. I doubt it. But someone else will give them some competition and be like, I'm going to go with them or something. Or maybe just, you know, pivot to hot figure arts or Hot Toys when it comes to that game stuff. Because like I said, I have it on pre-ordered, but there's plenty of time. Oh, a whole half a year for me to cancel. All right, it's not definitive. It's not ironclad. Like, there's some things I have pre-ordered that I'm like, yeah, for sure I'm getting that. I just hope that I have the money by then. But the Gamerverse, that new Spider-Man 2 video game, Marvel Legends, let's just say that if things get a little tough, like, that's going to be one of the first pre-orders I am definitely going to cancel. Like, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. I have a and it was also a knee-jerk reaction because I was scared that they were going to sell out. Right now, you can go on Big Bad Toy Store. It's still pre-orderable. It has not sold out. The Diamond Select X-Men Psylocke got into I think you meant to say got me into getting X-Men figures because I only watched the movies, never read the X-Men comics. Prior to the movie, so I didn't really read the comics either, but prior to the movies, it was that animated series. So I knew about the yellow suit. That's why when I when I found, how long ago was it? I want to say it's been about 3 or 4 months when I went to a Target and I found that Marvel Legends Wolverine, comic accurate Wolverine, for a clearance price of $12 for down from 25. I was like, I need this. I don't want this. I need this. And yeah, I grabbed it. I did not let that slip. And it's actually one of the purchases where I was like, yeah, this needed to come home with me. And it did. Also, I don't collect McFarlane, but if they did a wave of the Long Halloween figures, I'd have to buy those for sure. More comic stuff would be cool. I mean, but I'm scared that it probably just didn't perform well. Maybe they overproduced because they've dabbled in that with 3 Jokers. Flashpoint. Flashpoint's one of my favorite ones because of the clash and because of the weaponry. But I don't know why I get the feeling that maybe they just overproduced on the death metal stuff, the 3 Joker stuff, because now notice that we're not really getting a lot of comic. Well, that's not true because now we're about to get a Hush Batman. But then again, it's a reuse, it's a repaint. So there's also that crux to think about. Like, it would be awesome if they could take it like, and they did do obviously Dark Knight Returns, but again, proving my point, that whole wave were humongous peg warmers. How long did we see those in store? They overproduced, and I feel like they didn't make their money back, and now they're cutting back on the comic stuff. I fear. And we're just going to start getting either more game stuff, like we're getting the Arkham City Riddler and the Arkham Knight Earth 2 Batman, which, don't get me wrong, that's actually one of the more anticipated McFarlane's that I'm looking forward to. But if you think about it, like, we're not getting any of those definitive comic book arcs anymore, like we were in 2020 and early 2021. Because that's around the time that Dark Knight Returns hit, the death metal stuff, The Last Night on Earth. But like I said, I think they were overproduced, that they were all over the place and they had to be clearanced out. So many times at Best Buy, they had these clearance sales on some of those waves. It wasn't an individual McFarlane Batman figure. It would be like the whole Last Night on Earth wave, the whole death metal wave, the whole, who knows, whatever, Suicide Squad wave from the movie. They might have overproduced Dark Knight Returns. I just feel like they might have done a little too much there, and now they have to pull back. But yeah, it would be dope to get Long Halloween, Killing Joke, which they kind of touched on a little bit with that comedian Joker figure, but that was just one. It was just it was utilizing a body from the 3 Jokers. The criminal and the clown. So yeah, there's layers to this. I get my McFarlane figures from Amazon because I pre-ordered the McFarlane Nightfall Catwoman figure on the first day. Now it's coming on March 3rd. Zier, I did notice that. It's funny. I saw that by accident, but I did notice that they bumped it up. It was supposed to be like late March, and then there's a couple of figures here and there that are labeled for April, but if you go to the store page, it still says March, but then on my order it says April 20 something. But I don't think that's real. I think that's like a placeholder, and then who knows, it might bump up like it did those other 3 figures, because those 3 figures, yeah, it said March 22nd, and they bumped them all up to March 3rd, and I'm like, yo. This also brings the point and a question that I have for some of you that even I'm wrestling with, where I'm like, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Would you guys pay what I like to call an early bird tax to get either McFarlane Toys figures or Marvel Legends figures earlier than everybody else? Would you pay extra? Now, how much extra? Let's say $5. Like $5. So a McFarlane figure that's normally $20, You get them. You get for 25. You can get it right now instead of waiting until March, either the beginnings of March or late March. Would you get it? Would you pay? That's my question. While I read a little bit more of this chat. If anything, I'm sure McFarlane will at least do a Keaton with the Flash movie. That one, I mean, I think some people are saying that there might be some SKU numbers out or UPC numbers already kind of out there in the system that we are getting but it's gonna be that Keaton from that Flash. As purist as this might sound, I want a genuine 89 Keaton McFarlane figure because that new Keaton from the Flash, even though 99% get him, he's gonna have that kind of slight modified suit that he does now have that he's gonna have in that movie, not the old school genuine article. You know what I'm saying? So part of me is gonna be like, but can you give us like that original 89 with the weird like, super ab crunch right here? CM Brock 1, welcome to the stream. You're saying nope. CR says nope. Interesting. So just $5? Like nothing crazy, just $5. $5 more, you get the figure earlier. Would you not do it? MJ, the MJ. How many MJs are there here? Welcome to the stream. Can we have those two Snyder JL movies in animated version, if not live action? What two Snyder movies are you talking about, MJ? Were there supposed to be two more? Was this supposed to be a trilogy? God. See, that's the thing. Like it or not like it, that's completely up to you. That's your opinion. But if there's one thing that I can respect about what Zack Snyder is doing right now with the recent announcements, which, by the way, what do you guys think of the announcements? What do you think about all these movies and projects that he announced during his video, during his presentation? I'm open-minded. Like, there's some that I hear and go, yes, that's dope. Like Brave and the Bold, Superman Legacy, letting the Matt Reeves trilogy be its own thing. And then there's others that look at it and go, I never heard of this. But we've never heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy either before he made the movie, so I have to, almost by obligation, I have to keep an open mind. I'm not saying I'm stoked. I'm not saying I'm hyped, but I have to keep an open mind. Oh, shit. Did I just click something? Oh. I think I might have just inserted an ad. What the fuck? I didn't know what that button did until I clicked it. Did any of you see an ad just now? Because I think I might have clicked the button by accident. I didn't know what this ad, but it just showed a $sign, and I'm like, what is this? And it's after I clicked it that finally the little thing floated, said insert ad. I was like, oh, my bad. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to just be like, I'm going to put an ad here. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. CM Brock says, yeah, seeing an ad. Okay, my bad. Honestly, I clicked that button by accident. I didn't mean to do that. And I'll leave that alone. The only ad I want you to watch is the one to just click into the stream, and that's it. I don't want to have this all be supremely monetized and crazy, because I know sometimes things get kind of crazy, especially on Twitch. There's certain Twitch streamers, and I know I can tell when it's Twitch, and I can tell when it's the streamer where I'm like, bruh, like these ads, come on. I could see Diamond Select make a Marvel Spider-Man 2 figure because they made a figure. Oh, that's right, they did. From the first game around the same time Marvel Legends made theirs. Yeah, ZR, you're right. They did make one. I might go for that one. I might just say fuck it and go for that one. But I guess the only little because right now I'm looking up at him up on the shelf. There's only one Diamond Select Marvel Select figure that I have. He's up on the shelf over there. It's a Deadpool. It's a Deadpool Diamond Select. I like the figure overall. The only thing about it, is it just me, or do some Diamond Select figures, they just feel a certain way that I'm not supremely satisfied with. It's not terrible. It's not bad. But there's just something about the way it feels where I'm like, I can't get him to be completely flush down the middle as far as posing. Moving the joints is a little stiff. Like, there's something about the plastic quality that I'm like, it's not bad, but I wish it could be better. Now, granted, this Deadpool is, I don't think, it's not even from the movie, it's from the comics, but it's been years. So hopefully in that time they've kind of refined the formula a little bit for their for the way that they make their figures. But I don't know. I haven't bought a Marvel Select figure in a while, and if they do one for Marvel Spider-Man 2, I might just sell, like I said, fuck it, and just get that one instead of the Marvel Legends, especially after what they're doing. Are you going to get the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Dick Grayson Robin? Is that the new Boy Wonder one that they just announced? If so, no. I'm not a big Robin person, and I'm kind of less of a Robin person when he's wearing shorts. Not only that, but I saw a different picture, and I looked at him carefully, and I'm like, hold up. Is this the Carrie Kelly body sculpt from the Dark Knight Returns wave? Is this the same shit? Please don't tell me McFarlane's gonna start repainting too and be egregious with it the way that Marvel Legends is. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. I get with Batman Hush to an extent because you had that original, but it was gray and black. Now you want to do gray and blue. But I saw that Robin and I'm like, hold up. Is it just me? Just my eyes? Like I said, I really hope not. I'm honestly hyped for a lot of the projects. It's about time we're finally getting another Batman and Robin on screen together. That is true. We haven't... I guess officially the last time we saw Batman and Robin together, they weren't even Batman and Robin. It was Dark Knight Rises. That's 11 years ago. And they weren't even... Like I said, they weren't even Batman and Robin. It was, what? Bruce and John Blake. Giving him a fucking pseudonym just so that we didn't speculate that he was Robin. Come on. Everybody knew who that was. Or what they were setting him up to be. But much like with everybody else, I did not get that they had to make the word Robin his actual middle name. Or his birth name. Or whatever it is that they did. I'm like, come on. It just sounds stupid saying it out loud. Like the way the lady says it. You should use your full name. I like that name. Robin. Like, you have to say... Like, nobody talks like that. Nobody... I like that movie, but it's definitely got its glaring problems, and that was one of them for me. Wait and see for me, but I'm excited about it. CM Brock. You're talking about the DCU announcements, right? Hoping Dark Knight Trilogy set is one of McFarlane's best. Like, oh, welcome to the stream. That's just Joe. That's just Joe. Stupid. Yeah, those official reveal photos, they look legit. But keep in mind that that's it goes to show you how important lighting can be. Where sometimes you can make something that is probably hiding a deep dark secret, look good simply by just having good lighting with it. So yeah, well, I will definitely want to see, and I think this is going to happen on the 16th when pre-orders go live. I think it's going to be, once those pre-orders go live, they will post those official photos of the figures. You know, the photos where they're T-posing, and you see the sides, and then you see the base and the accessories that they come with. Which, by the way... do any of these come with accessories? And here's the thing. They're a Build-A-Figure wave to make Bane. Outside of that, though, I don't think they do. And we've had Build-A-Figures come with accessories anyway. Harvey comes with a coin? Ooh. Oh, wait. And I think I saw... okay, now, well, Batman's got to come with a Batarang. He's got to have at least one of the copper, those bronze Batarangs. At least one. Well, you know they won't come with guns. Yeah. I'm looking at my ammunition pack over there. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna... There's actually a very classic looking pistol in that, and I'm like, yep, that's going to Harvey. This is definitely going to Harvey. But yeah, Batman, either the grapple or the Batarang or both. And I think I saw an Instagram or a screenshot where on Instagram somebody added at McFarlane Toys or posted a comment on the Bane picture, and they asked, or I don't think they even asked, they just said wishfully, I hope Bane comes with fisted hands, because in the picture he only had like open kind of grappling hands. And the official McFarlane Toys account responded saying, no, yeah, he's going to come with fists as well. I'm like, okay. And he's the Build-A-Figure. So I wonder which one of the four it's going to come with the extra hands. Two-Face comes with a coin, and Todd said that Bane will be with the alternate hands. Nice. So, yeah, then I want to say... if we're doing no guns, then Joker's got to come with his pocket knife or a card. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to say give him the card. It's a bit more personal. It's a bit more on brand. Because the knife then just looks like a knife. But the card is like, that's special to Joker. And then Batman, of course, has to come with at least one Batarang, an alternate hand to hold it, or the grapple, or like I said, both. I would really love that. Alan Driver, welcome to the stream. Greetings. Hello there. Nearly bought Movie Masters before they announced them last year. That's just Joe. Which Movie Masters? Oh, you're talking about the like, for example, the ones that are reviewed, the Movie Masters Dark Knight figures. It's funny because there's a part of me that still kind of wants to find the others. You know, I have Joker, I have Batman. The completist in me is like, yo, I kind of want to go to one of these collectible shows or one of these collectible stores and see if I could find, for a good price, the rest of the wave. Ra's al Ghul, Scarecrow, the Joker Thug, so the other guy that was part of the bank robbery, Demon Batman or Batman Begins Batman. I'm mildly tempted. There's a YouTuber I watch. He does daily toy hunts, and he went to a couple of places that are quite a drive from where I live, but it's not undoable. It's doable, is what I'm trying to say. Like the places that he goes to, I will look them. I will look them up on Google Maps, and I'll be like, an hour and 5 minutes away. It's a really long drive, but it's also not like the worst. And I'm gonna be in the area this weekend that's coming up for me and my girlfriend's Valentine's Day getaway. And I've already floated the idea by her, and she's like, we have time. Like, she's not opposed to it. Like, one of those places is called Fat Collectibles here in Southern California, in the Inland Empire area. And he did a video there. And when he was just kind of panning with the camera, I saw some of those Dark Knight 2008 Mattel Movie Masters. And I think they were only going for like $15 a pop. And I'm like, it's about double the price, but 15, and I don't need all of them. I just need like the 3 or 4. I'm like, stop it, David. Stop it. Stop it. What was that Shinmu meme? Stop it. What did you say to me? CM Brock says a pencil. Actually, that'd be dope if McFarlane could throw in a pencil with Joker. Speaking of Joker, though, if I had a complaint out of all of them, it's gonna be Joker. He looks a little too swole. He looks like he's been hitting the gym in between crimes. It's funny because he doesn't look like a bad figure, but it's just that in terms of likeness, he just doesn't 100% look like. They look like they look like great. They look like great figures, but they don't have the strongest likeness to the actors, which has always been a thing with McFarlane when it comes to characters based on movies or, you know, live action movies, movie actors. Sometimes they nail it, sometimes they don't. It's been kind of a crapshoot. For the Batman, you have quite an awful lot of the work cut out for you with Catwoman and Batman because their faces are covered. For Batman, for example, as long as you get the Pattinson jaw, you're good. Penguin looks fucked. Colin Farrell's Penguin figure looked disastrous. The Drifter Bruce Wayne looked bad. Lord. But then you have Black Adam. And that looked like The Rock. I always thought that Black Adam McFarlane figure looked legitimately like The Rock. I was like, hey, look, it's The Rock in figure form. So, yeah. I'm looking at some of these faces and I'm like, yeah, they definitely don't look. It doesn't look like Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent Two-Face. And it doesn't have, I'm sadly going to have to say, it doesn't really look that much like Heath Ledger in the Joker makeup. But it looks like a Joker. It looks like you know what I mean? It doesn't look screwy, but the likeness is just kind of, it doesn't equate. But as a standalone figure, it's like, okay, you know. Bane is the one where I'm like, it looks good, but at the same time, they're doing this weird thing with the shadow, the playing of the shadow, where I'm like, yeah, the playing of the shadow looks a little weird. Where I'm like, I'm going to need that full-blown publicity shot when the pre-orders go live to actually look at the damn thing and be like, okay, yeah, that looks like him. Or that doesn't look like him. All right, let me catch up a little bit on... so some of you guys are mentioning that love a T-pose. Harvey comes with the coin. Not gonna have any guns. Not even the EMP gun. Nope, probably not. And the confirmation about the alternate hands. If Dark Knight said does well, can you see another wave of vehicles? Somebody earlier mentioned something similar to that, where I said that, yeah, I think they're gonna test the waters. I think they're gonna see how pre-orders and how sales do with the Dark Knight trilogy, and if there's something good, then they're gonna look at the Flash with that Keaton Batman that's in that wave with that suit and that look, and then if that does well, then I fail to see how Todd can't look at those numbers and be like, oh yeah, we got to do more of the live action Batmans. Like, we got to do the classic 89 suit Keaton, 92 returns Keaton, maybe even a Catwoman and Penguin, and Joker would be tricky from 89 because there is, I can tell you right now, because of how much of a generational leap there is there. I think there might be problems with whoever represents Jack Nicholson, and they're gonna be like, yeah, no, unless it's Hot Toys where they don't butcher the look, because obviously you could tell that they're gonna have premium format looks to his face. I'll have to do some research to see what, you know, if there could be any problems there. But I almost want to say that this being just a $20 figure, I can't shake the feeling that there's going to be some friction there with the Jack Nicholson estate or whoever represents Jack Nicholson, and they're going to be like, yeah, no, you can't do that figure, and we probably won't get it. Keaton is always gung-ho about being Batman. I mean, he came back to do Flash in the first place. He came back to do Batgirl, which ended up being shelved. So I think it'll be dope. DM, welcome to the stream. Thank you for DMing in the chat. Ezelmonsky, welcome to the stream. Did you see the Tobey Maguire face for the SH Figure Arts? I did. Wait, did I draw frames? Doesn't say no draw frames. Okay. Okay, now it says it's fine. Okay. All right. Hopefully it's good. I did. I need a chocolate. Have you guys tried these chocolates here? Merci chocolates. These are good. If you guys are ever in a Target or Vallarta or wherever you find these chocolates right here, they are dope. They are all dope except marzipan, because fuck marzipan. I do not like marzipan flavored chocolates. I do not. They are disgusting. Well, maybe not disgusting. Maybe that's a strong word, but like, yeah, man, I just can't do marzipan. So we got 2 marzipan here. What can I? Okay, the dark cream, because I got 2 of those, so I'll do that one. I got duplicates of that one, so I can spare one. Or I can eat one now. And then be a little bit more decided later. I prefer Starburst over chocolate. I can see that. I haven't had Starburst in a while. I kind of fell out with Starburst. Like, Starburst right now is the type of candy where if it's there, for sure I'll eat it. I'll be like, all right, dope. But if someone were to give me a choice between Starburst or something that's a bit more on the high-end side of candies, I would probably take the high end, even if it's a little costlier. Because I feel like I just had too much Starburst throughout my life, especially in the younger days of trick-or-treating, that I'm like, nah, I'm good for now. Let's see. Alan Driver says, I'm still hoping for a new Marvel Legends Agent Venom, one of my favorite comic book characters. Didn't they do one? I noticed you said new, so you mean like a reissue? You hope that there's a reissue? I was thinking about an Agent Venom, but I'm not big into Venom like that, even though I like just the classic static look of Venom. Or the sticky bomb weapon Batman used in The Dark Knight, the McFarlane Nolan Batman could come with that. It's too obscure. I feel like he'll just go for the Batarang ZR, if I had to pick. Dude, you know how much money I would just fork over if they would just legit just be like, he comes with the Batarang, comes with that sticky bomb, and he comes with the grapple. All 3 of those plus the Bane piece. Take my money. Just take it. But EZL Monsky or Monsky. To answer your question about that Tobey Maguire, they pretty much. So for those of you who don't know, you can do a Google search, or I don't know, because I don't have a setup to show the screen right now. But SH Figure Arts redid the face on Tobey. I do find the timing a little concerning that they redid the face right now around the same time that they made the announcement that they had to cancel the Andrew Garfield face. Are they having problems? Like, what's going on with Figure Arts? And does this pose a problem for either Hot Toys or Marvel Legends to actually give us those unmasked faces? I feel like that's the thing, is like, we're going into 2023. We're about to hit the 2nd year since the movie came out, and we're barely getting unmasked No Way Home Spidey figures. That's what I'm starting to think. I think they're fighting right now, but it's not looking good. Something's going on. I sadly feel like there's a weird licensing rights thing going on with Toby and Andrew. I don't know about Tom, but I don't know, because HH Figure Arts is doing this, and now they redid the face for the Toby Figure Arts, and it resembles Toby, but I think that original face looked way more like him. Now it looks like a head that would have been used for the Toby figure back in 2002 for those Toy Biz figures. Now it looks more like that. So I can tell it's Toby because you're telling me it's Toby, but at the same time, if you were to put the two side by side, I'll be like, well, I actually kind of prefer the original. He actually looks like his older 48-year-old self. Now it looks like the Toby from 2002, but since this is supposed to be the No Way Home figure arts toy, it's like, it's not clicking for me. Hey Dave, I know this has nothing to do with figures, but Tobey Maguire has stated that he would love to come back as Spider-Man for another movie, and Sam Raimi is also open to it. I did see that. I just hope that they, for lack of a better term, I just hope that they don't whore themselves out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope they don't just do it for any reason to be like, oh, I get to put the suit back on. Not like, no. Make sure that story is good. No Way Home had a very clear-cut reasoning for him to come back. Like I said before, I was expecting them to just do cameos or very lengthy cameos, not expecting them to actually be in like the last hour of the movie, a full hour. I was like, okay, that is dope. That would be dope. But if it's just like another like brief appearance, I'm like, nah, man, just focus on what needs working. I want Marvel Legends to make an Amazing Spider-Man 1 figure. Didn't they do one? Or am I thinking of Diamond Select? Could have sworn they did one. And a Spider-Man 4 movie, like Joe, Paris, and DM is hyped for. I mean, me and a buddy, one of my best friends, Greg, whose birthday was yesterday, actually. Happy birthday to Surface Assassin. Snicks, if you're still watching, you know who that is. It was his birthday yesterday. Wish him happy birthday. Him and I have talked about it a couple times where they do a Spider-Man 4. It would have to be the Miles Morales story. He has to train someone else. Like, that's how Toby's Peter, with whatever happened with Harry and his possible fallout with MJ, because even though he said that they worked it out, you don't know to what extent. That doesn't guarantee that they're still together. So that's why there's a part of me that's kind of like, his way to make amends and to kind of just feel fulfilled would be to train someone else to be Spidey, and it would have to be the Miles Morales story. If anybody can do the Miles Morales story right now, it would be Toby's Peter. That would have to be the thing for Spider-Man 4. And Sam Raimi as director has a little bit of experience with that now after Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange had to kind of show a little bit of the multiversal ropes to America Chavez. So there you go. Did you see some of the recent QC issues people have been having with the Marvel Legends line? Anthony Customs got a comic Moon Knight that was missing the chest and back plates. Oh, that re-release? I think they said it was a re-release. I'm a little behind on Anthony Customs videos. I'm subscribed to him. I just haven't caught up. But damn, this guy. And that windowless packaging, it's not gonna do them any favors. Another point I'm going to bring up on my video regarding Marvel Legends versus McFarlane Toys, because I'm planning on doing a video essay for that. Hot Toys haven't put up pre-orders for the Amazing Spidey, so I'm pretty sure it's just difficulty getting the rights to Andrew's likeness. Could be why the Hasbro 3-pack didn't do any unmasked ads. Yeah. Skyrocker, I completely agree. Something shifty is kind of going on with those likenesses, where I'm like, guys, come on. You're Spidey, you know, people want you. Don't you want money? You want money? What's going on? And Hot Toys. Like Marvel Legends maybe, but like Hot Toys is having problems with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 one. Did you see the S.H. Figuarts Green Goblin, by the way? I did. Yeah, I saw that picture. Hit up Paternia. He's or there where I get my news as far as like new photos or new announcements on new figures, and it was through him that I saw that. The glider looks awesome. Figure also looks awesome, but because he's hooded with the goggles, one can't really speak too much on that head sculpt. But from that angle, it looks legit. It also looks a little bit. It might be depth of perception, but he looks massive compared to the other Spideys, and I'm like, I hope that's the scale, because it's looking a little off in terms of being a whole lot bigger. What if Toby's Peter trains his daughter? Did he say he had a daughter, or is there or was that like part of the leaked Spider-Man 4 script? That was the original plan, because I can't remember that. Why do you think we haven't gotten Spider-Man 4 or Amazing Spider-Man 3 yet? Is it because of licensing issues? Yeah, it's a Sony thing. They just want to do villain movies. That's where we're getting Kraven. That's where we're getting El Muerto. What's his name? Right? Whoever, the fucking wrestler. Yeah, because they know that anything that's Spider-Man related, it has to be with the MCU. That was the contract. But they're not going to do those standalone ones because they don't want to murk that up. Oh, it's melting. Sorry, guys. Just finishing my chocolate. While I do that, what's your guys' favorite chocolate? That hit the spot. Then for dinner, I had a frozen dinner from a company called Rao, which I've had their frozen dinners before. I had this like lasagna thing with my girlfriend that we both shared, and it was pretty good. This time I had a penne alla vodka. It was one of those meals where it was good, but I was desperately needing something on the side because it's pasta and the sauce is very light. It tastes good, but it's also very light. It just flushes right on through. And I'm like, I need some kind of Italian bread or Texas toast on the side to like dip into the sauce and eat it on the side to kind of fulfill everything. I was like, damn it. And I don't have any. So probably in about another hour and a half-ish. Because after the stream, I'm going to go to the gym. So probably after the gym, I'm going to eat my protein bar. It'll probably hit. It shall hit. Screw villain movies. I want Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3. Yeah. And with Amazing Spider-Man 3, they could hopefully, and they're a little older, so it's not going to make any sense. But give Shailene Woodley that second shot of being MJ. And then some people said that they could do the symbiote suit storyline with Andrew. That's the thing. It's like everybody's got these little Spider-Man stories that make sense for their type of Spidey that they play. People are saying that with Andrew, because he was the slightly edgier Peter Parker, he could then get the symbiote to see that, hey, maybe you should pull back and be a little more compassionate or whatever and not talk as much shit. With Toby being a bit older and wiser and being more of the mentor role, especially with the way that he was acting in No Way Home, he has to do the Miles Morales training the next line of Spidey. And then Tom, I don't know. What would be the next storyline to do for Tom, considering how No Way Home ended? What would be that Spider-Man 4? What would be that Spider-Man 4? Honestly, don't know. Ultimate? The Ultimate reboot? DM says Hershey milk chocolate or Twix. I haven't had a Twix in a while. I should probably fix that. I would like to see a Green Arrow movie get made. Does James Gunn like Green Arrow? He did say that this was just phase 1, right? So maybe later down the line, you could factor it in. I noticed that. Wait, aren't we? Well, we're getting Supergirls out of the main power players, the people that aren't obscure. We got Superman, Supergirl, and Batman and Robin with Brave and the Bold. As far as movies, TV shows, we get Green Lantern and Wonder Woman. Green Lantern is going to be that Lantern Corps show. And it's funny because when I saw that, and me and my girlfriend were both watching the announcement, because when he made the announcement, I didn't watch it. Because later that day, I was going to see my girlfriend. I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold off on this. When I go see my girlfriend, we're going to get dinner. And then we're going to sit in front of the TV on the couch. And I'm going to pull this video up on YouTube. And I did. And we both watched it. And the thing that I told her when I saw the Green Lantern announcement was that if they can do somewhat of a contemporary Miami Vice style show, but they're lanterns going around the galaxy, solving these cases, lethal, well, maybe not Lethal Weapon, but like I said, Miami Vice style, that could maybe hit. That can maybe hit. And then going to the Themyscira show, which is going to be the Wonder Woman angle of this whole first phase 1, even he mentioned it. He says that he pretty much wants to make a Game of Thrones style show that takes place on Themyscira. That could work. I'm not opposed to that. But it's a balancing act because at the same time, you know, sometimes when I hear these days now, especially with the way that it ended, when you say that this show is like the Game of Thrones of this, it's like, is that a good idea? Is that truly a good idea, though? Hopefully we get a good Superman movie. We need it, yeah. The boy needs a break. Even I admit. Even if I'm more of a Batman fan than a Superman fan. I remember when I was a kid, I really was a Superman. Oh, shit, everybody just dropped. What the hell? It is Sunday. Hell, I'm about to leave. No, it's because I'm just checking out Twitch on the side of my eye here, and I noticed like a bunch of streamers that I was kind of going through before I started live streaming myself. They were on, and right now I just went refresh, and then a bunch of them just dropped like flies. I was like, damn. But it's Sunday night. A lot of them have to get up in the morning. But yeah. When I was a kid, I was a big Superman dude. And even now, like I said, even though I've leaned more towards Batman because even I got more cynical and depraved on the inside, ever so often, I do like my good, decent Superman story. Oh, fuck. I probably should have charged this. Hopefully, I can get a good charge in the next 10-ish minutes. God damn it, I should have charged this entire time. I'm at 13%, and I'm supposed to go to the gym with this. We'll see. What was I going to say? Yeah, I still want a good Superman thing here and there. I actually liked Man of Steel. I didn't love it. I had problems, but I liked Man of Steel. I'd say that was probably the best of the bunch as far as the Snyder Superman. It was Man of Steel. It peaked there. Damn it. But yeah, when I was a kid, I was all about Superman. And just down the line, as I got more, like I said, cynical, I started to simply just resonate with Batman more. Then the Nolan trilogy came out. I was like, oh my God. And then the Arkham games started dropping. And dude, 2008, imagine 2008 to 2009. 1 year you get The Dark Knight. The next year you get Arkham Asylum. Can you fucking blame me for going from Superman to Batman? Can you blame me? Speaking of Arkham Asylum, and I went to the community tab and I posted I posted a photo of my old PS3 Slim from 2010 with the 2 Arkham games next to it. And I asked you guys, do you prefer to play the remasters or the originals? Because, you know, there was a bit of a debate when those remasters came out, because even though they were 4K, they were cleaned up as far as the sharpening and some of the textures and such, some of the character models look worse, or some of the shading and the lighting just looks worse. And I'm like, yeah, if I want to, you know, after the Gotham Knights essay took off, I was inspired to want to potentially make essays on the Arkham trilogy or the Arkham series, including Origins. And so that prompted me to take out my PS3 and test it out. And I asked you guys, do you prefer the originals or the remasters? And I actually ended up getting 3 kind of responses. I got almost equal parts. All 3. I got equal parts the originals, the remasters, and then right in between, a good chunk of some of you, and if you're in the chat, let me know if you did, some of you said PC, dude, because then you get the 60 FPS, you get pretty much the well, maybe not 4K, I think it's still 1080p, especially for Arkham Asylum, but you get the much sharper visuals that you get from the remaster, but then the lighting engine and the whole setup that they used as the core for the originals on PS3 and 360. And so that made me go, all right, let me test this out, because I'm a little reserved because it's a laptop and I don't know if it's going to fully work. I have another laptop over there that's not the one that's streaming right now, but one over there, I call it my spare laptop for gaming, if I want to run a little bit of an older game, but one that I want to run off of Steam, that has a what was it? I think a 2060 in it, an i7 2060, 16 gigabytes of RAM. And I logged into my Steam and loaded up the Arkham series, because I actually have all 4 Arkham games on my Steam account. Tested it out, plugged one HDMI into the capture card, and then the other end of the HDMI from the capture card to my TV, Bluetoothed connected via Bluetooth my Xbox controller to the PC. As far as I can tell, the setup works. I can then, with this laptop that I'm streaming right now, capture at most 1080p, 60 frames per second, very sharp, very clean gameplay footage of Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Night, and Origins. And so I'm like, all right, I think it's going to have to be the Steam PC versions if we're going to do that whole 60 FPS, clean resolution, clean everything, if we do the essay. But granted, this essay is a little bit of a whiles away, because before this essay, I want to take care of that McFarlane Toys versus Marvel Legends one, then tackle the Arkham series, hopefully in time for the Suicide Squad game, because that's Rocksteady. It's the Rocksteadyverse, so on and so forth. And then I'll do an essay on that one. And sandwiched in between, I would love to do retrospective reviews / essays on some older Spider-Man games, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man games that came out in 2002, 2004, and 2007 with Spider-Man 3. Ultimate Spider-Man, which I have on the GameCube. And then, of course, what I like to call the Beanox trilogy. Web of Shadows, Shattered Dimensions, and Edge of Time. I would love to do those. But it's all wishful thinking right now. Gotta take one step at a time, because that's a lot. That's weird that James Gunn skipped all over the previous Robins to Damian Wayne. There's probably, let's just say that I think it's because there's something about Damian Wayne that I can see him gravitating to a little bit more, the way that he gravitated towards certain characters from the Suicide Squad, like Groot and Rocket. You know what I'm saying? I can see it. I can see how Damien, being the shit nose, like he wants to kill Bruce the entire time, Chucky doll that he is. Yeah, I mean, he kind of is, right? Let's just face it. I can see it now that I think about it. I can see how maybe he could gravitate towards Damien versus the Boy Scouts, or somewhat Boy Scouts of Tim Drake and Dick Grayson. Jason Todd, I would actually be that would probably be the only one that I look at and go, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't do Jason Todd. But then again, that might be a little too edgy and dark for him because he wants to still have fun within those characters. I mean, like I said, look at Suicide Squad. He still wants to have that dark humor labeled in there, and I feel like he has more of an opportunity to do something like that with Damian than he would with any of the other Robins. So now that I think about it, I can kind of see it. I would love to see Scarecrow in the Batman 2. Part of me kind of wants to, and another part of me is like, yeah, I wish I could go against the grain, but I would probably have to say again, or throw in my hat with the rest of the lot. I would prefer Mr. Freeze. It's been a while since we've seen Mr. Freeze done right. Actually, I think that's another reason why a lot of people want Mr. Freeze is because technically, we have not seen a proper live action Mr. Freeze. The only 2 live action Mr. Freezes we've had is fucking Schwarzenegger in Batman and Robin. And then whoever, I can't remember the actor's name, but his 1 or 2 appearances in the 66 show. That's it. We haven't had an actually well done, which can be done. I feel like it can be done. Well made live action Freeze. And I would have to say, maybe, just maybe, Reeves would be the one to do it. I think he can. (2002) Green Goblin or 2021 Green Goblin, which one do you prefer? Me, I prefer the 2002 version because it's so iconic and I grew up. I mean, that's, I gotta be honest, it's very, I would say that there's only one true answer to that question as biased as that sounds. I feel like there's only one real answer with that one. You want to know why? Because you can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? I guess by default, I would have to say 2002. Chronic Bear, welcome to the stream. You are James Gunn. Change 3 movies or TV shows coming out. Are you posing a hypothetical, Chronic? Mr. Freeze was also in the Gotham TV series. I'll say again, we have not had a proper live action. We have not had a proper live action Mr. Freeze. And here's the thing, ZR. I watched the first 2 seasons of Gotham. I saw that episode with that Freeze. Still, no. No. I still have to say no. I'm still gonna have to say no, man, to that one. For me, Dave, I think Mr. Freeze is a too meta for the Batman Reverse. I'd say either Two-Face, Scarecrow, or Court of Owls. Okay, Joe, I'll give you that one. Court of Owls would probably work. It's actually been a good while, and we need to wash the Gotham Knights version taste out of our mouths. Seriously. So I'll give you Court of Owls. But I would still want Mr. Freeze. I still feel like it can be done. I know that there could be the argument to be made of it being kind of meta, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel like I can fight you on that one. If Matt Reeves chooses Freeze, I have no worries. Yeah, same. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it there. It's getting a little late for all of us here. I'm pretty sure some of you guys are on the East Coast, so it's already coming up on midnight. I have to hit the gym because I really wanted to get a workout in today before it gets too late, and then come back and do a little bit of editing, a little bit of B-roll shooting, and then tonight is a momentous night for me because I'm intending to finally beat The Witcher 3. I've been playing The Witcher 3 ever since the beginning of January, and I took a break in the middle for about a week, but then I came back. So it's been almost like 4 weeks of this goddamn game. I want to say I've poured in about 70 hours into the game, and I dig it, but it's time to call it. It's time to wrap this thing up, and I'm at the point where the game's telling me, hey, you're about to do the final mission. Are you sure you want to go? And I'm like, hey, it's time. I've already done as many side quests as I want to, as many contracts as I want to. It's time to get it done, but in order to do this, I need to get going to the gym, come back, take a shower, and then get rolling on that, because I do not want to go to bed with just a few minutes left on the game. I hate doing that. That bugs my OCD so bad. So fucking bad. DM, when will you stream again, Dave? I gotta be honest, DM, I don't know, because this stream that you're watching right now was supposed to be the celebratory 5,000 subscribers stream that I was supposed to do like 2 weeks ago, and time just kept getting by me where I wanted to focus more on making the videos than to do a live stream. You know what I'm saying? And then things would get scheduled. Like I would have to, other engagements would come up, like hanging out with my girlfriend, doing contract work for this agency that I'm doing right now, which I'm not complaining about. I'm just saying time, scheduling wise, time wise, it would just come up and I would never find the time. And tonight I finally found the time to do the live stream, to the point where it got kind of ridiculous, because I was over here doing, okay, finally do the 5,000 subscriber stream, and here we are at 5,686 subscribers. We're almost at 6,000 anyway. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'll just stream when I stream. So, DM, I personally don't know 100% when it'll be. I would probably say, what is it, February? Once there's enough news to talk about, like, once more McFarlane and Marvel Legends stuff happens, then maybe. If there's more info on the Suicide Squad game, on just anything coming down the pipeline as far as those two properties that I can kind of bank together and be like, oh yeah, I want to extrapolate this on a little bit more on a full 1.5 to 2 hour live stream, then I'll do it. But outside of that, I honestly don't know what to tell you, because right now, like I said, the main focus is going to be the main content. The videos, I have a travel vlog video that I'm currently editing right now. It's going to be going up next weekend, since it is the weekend before Valentine's Day. It actually features my girlfriend, so you guys will see my girlfriend in that one. After that, I have a couple more figure reviews on some figures that I've had over there in the back for the longest time. I can finally review them. Excuse me. And then hopefully that essay for McFarlane Toys and Marvel Legends. And then after that, God willing, maybe by then I'll start to spot those McFarlane Toys figures, that new wave. So the Batman Hush, the Catwoman, that new Joker, that Signal Duke Thomas, the Fortnicus McChungus Voltron robot mega figure. Here's the thing, I know that's a mega figure, and I know I said I was quitting mega figures after Bane. But that thing looks so goddamn ridiculous. It almost comes back full circle to me wanting it. I hate to say it, but I almost kind of want it. Just because of how ridiculous that thing looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost just want it just because of the way that it looks like. ZR Parker, you say you want Freeze in the sequel and then Bane in the third movie, but keep in mind, Barry Keoghan as the Joker is still out there. He's gonna have to tackle that eventually from a writing standpoint. All right, but seriously, guys, I am out of here. Thank you all who tuned in. Chronic Bear, Zier, Joe, Snicks, DM. It's just Joe. Easy L Monsky, CM Brock, Sly Rocker. Did I say Skyrocker? Sly Rocker. Alan Driver, MJ, DeBar, Christian Corbett, Rick Grimes, and everybody else who tuned into the stream and contributed to the chat, provided questions, provided talking points, and simply just watched and tuned in for your entertainment. Thank you guys so much for coming through. This was an absolute pleasure, but I am unfortunately now losing my voice, and it's time to go get these gains, like Bane. Not really. I honestly, for me, working out is just a mode of getting rid of my stress. Pushing out the stress. That's all it really is. Outside of that, though, look for 2 new shorts going up later this week, tackling the death metal line, the Dark Knight's death metal wave. That's starting that up. And then, like I said, that travel vlog video, and then hopefully a couple more figure reviews before finally tackling my next essay. Should I start to see those new figures, I will definitely start hunting them down at Target, and if by some chance I find one on the early side, maybe I'll pivot and do that review instead. Otherwise, guys, if you have not checked it out already, check out the Vampire Batman review. It went up yesterday. It's doing well, but I would gladly appreciate it if you guys were to check it out. If you haven't already watched the video, it's a little bit under 20 minutes, but Vampire Batman has been reviewed and is up on the channel now. Check it out. And in the meantime, you guys know exactly what to do. Stay humble, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.